IELTS Writing Task 2, looking at the criterion of grammatical range and accuracy. We're going to have a look at the band descriptors for the criterion of grammatical range and accuracy when marking the Task 2 essay that you all write. In grammatical range and accuracy, the major things that are looked at are the range of structures, the accuracy in terms of the sentence construction, the kinds of structures you've used, and in terms of the punctuation that you've used. So these come under grammatical range and accuracy. Let's look at them a little more in detail. At band 6, you're supposed to be able to use a mix of simple and complex forms, complex sentence forms. Now, when we talk about complex sentences, that is an entire in-depth issue altogether, but we just look at some of those ideas a little briefly today. It means using different clauses rather than a short, simple sentence, but using both effectively. You might make some errors in punctuation and grammar, but by and large, your sense and the meaning comes through without any major problem. At band 7, your variety of complex structures comes in. That means you should have the ability to use relative clauses well, noun clauses, adjective clauses, adverb clauses, and there is a range within each of these. So it's actually quite a large field altogether. And your sentences need to be largely error-free, both in terms of the grammatical structures as well as in punctuation. That means remembering to have a close look at, have I put the little dot or the little comma in the right place, or have I used it over extensively or not? And it's not just a full stop and a comma that comes in at band level 7, 8 and 9, but also how effectively you're able to use other aspects of punctuation, such as the use of the semicolon, for example. And when you come up to band 8, it says you use a wide range of structures. The majority of sentences are error-free. That means in your entire essay, there may be just a few, say, not more than 2 or 3 sentences, which might have some minor grammatical errors. What do we mean by a minor grammatical error and a major one? Which means things like subject-verb agreement, the correct and effective use of articles, the use of pronouns. All those should have already been clear and accurate at band 7. So at band 8, you're supposed to know about all these. And there may be a very occasional error. And of course, at band 9, you're supposed to be totally error-free in your essay. If there are any errors, they are very rare, and it might be just a slip in terms of, say, in the entire essay. Maybe at one point, you forgot to put one full stop or something minor like that. Whereas, which might just be seen as an oversight because everywhere else throughout your essay, you have shown full command over punctuation. Let's look at a few examples now to see the difference between the simple and a complex structure. This increase in traffic is a major problem. Now this is a clear, correct, simple sentence. If all your sentences were as short as this, you would probably not even get a band 6, because at 6 you're supposed to use a mix of simple and complex sentences. This same sentence becomes slightly more complex by just adding these few words. Increase in traffic is considered to be a major problem. Now here you have used the form to be and is considered, so a passive construction is coming. This shows that you are able to use the passive construction correctly. Now, what could be an error? Sometimes this might happen. You've written it as a passive construction, but instead of the ed which is required, you've just written it as consider. Let's look at the third one. One school of thought considers increasing traffic to be the biggest problem faced by people. Now, here, suppose I just did this. Consider increasing traffic to be, and I either didn't write the or I wrote a. Or over here, I could say is considered to be the major problem. Now, the again becomes inappropriate there. A biggest problem becomes inaccurate here. And if I said faced by the people, I would need to make sure that I'd referred to the people in a preceding sentence for this to be considered an accurate sentence.